What's up, everybody? Free NBA daily bets. My name is Eric. Welcome to the show. If this is your first time listening, I appreciate you listening. I'm seeing the board really clearly right now. Today or yesterday was another really good day. Plus 7 units. Cash with the 5-unit max bet winner with Milwaukee Bucks -2. I think they won by like 20, 25 even, maybe. And then had the Indiana Pacers, Cleveland Cavaliers, first half over 113.5. That cleared pretty easily. And then I was on the, who else was I on? Bucks first quarter, first half. Yeah, so, and then Denver -3.5. Or -3, I think it was. I think I got -3. Anyways, they won by like 25 too. So long story short, I'm seeing the board clear right now. And I cannot wait to I'm going to write an ebook, guys. It's going to be incredible. It's going to outline how I got out of this hole. And it's just, this is a blessing in disguise. It really is. I really believe that. So, all right, enough of the intro. Let's get to what you guys are here for. That is winning information. Let's get after it. First game up. Wednesday, January 15th, middle of the month, guys. We got the New York Knicks at the Philadelphia 76ers. Now, New York, they've been falling asleep at the wheel. Let's see here. Jalen Brunson is probable. Karl Anthony Towns is questionable. So let's take a look. Everyone else is good, though. Bench is healthy. So for the Knicks, they've lost a lot recently, guys. So they've rebounded, or they've bounced back off of their last 2 losses. They smoked Orlando, and then they smoked Milwaukee. And those were all at home. So they only went 2-3 on this 5-game homestand. Now they're on the road for the first time, and they lost their 2 previous road games before that. They barely won against Washington the 2 games before that. So no back-to-back for them. These teams did just play earlier, November 12th. New York won by a good margin, 12 points. So Philly, they played today, and NBA teams, guys, these NBA teams, man. Tyrese Maxey wasn't even on the injury report yesterday night. Paul George wasn't on it either. Then all of a sudden they sat Tyrese Maxey. Then last second they pulled Paul George. He wasn't sitting. Caleb Martin didn't play. Joel Embiid didn't play. KJ Martin, Andre Drummond, Kyle Lowry. Nobody freaking played for them tonight. It's so annoying. And I had no way to hedge out of that bet. So, I mean, usually I wait till the next day, but I'm going to keep my eye on the 76ers now. I probably won't touch them. I should have known better. They always pull some injury BS, right? I should have waited. So I'll remember that. But then also, this was a Western Conference game. You know, if you're going to sit somebody on the front end of a back-to-back, I mean, you might as well sit it against the Western Conference team. So I'll also keep that in mind, too. If they're playing an Eastern Conference team, especially somebody in the playoff realm or play-in realm, they're probably going to take it very seriously. They're probably going to play everybody. All right. Let's see here. How many minutes did the meaningful players play? So Yabusele played 31. Ricky Council played 35. He doesn't really matter. Kelly Oubre played 30. Some guy named Justin Edwards played 35 minutes. Oh, he went off, though. Oh, good for him. I don't even know this dude, but he went off. He had 4 from 9 from 3, 9 of 16 field goals. Dang, 4 assists, 6 rebounds, 3 turnovers, +3 on the plus-minus, and your team lost by 16. That's taking advantage of your opportunity there. Good for that guy, man. Good for that guy. All right, so nothing serious. Nothing serious for them. I bet everybody freaking plays today. I bet they do against the Knicks. Let's see what that line is, guys. Whoa, it was open at -9, I think. That's down to +6. And I like the 76ers plus 6. I cannot lie about that, guys. I like that a lot. 76ers plus 6. Everybody plays. The Knicks are they'll bounce back. They'll play good, but I mean, the 76ers, they're pissed off too. I mean, they haven't been playing very well right now. Let me see. I know the Knicks have lost like 4 out of their last 6, but the 76ers have lost 4 out of their last 5. They've lost 6 out of their last 8. So like they need to start winning games, guys. And they go on a little road trip against 3 playoff teams after this on Saturday. It'll be a rested spot. Man, I can only look the 76ers here, guys. I really like them plus 6. Let me write that down. I'm telling you, I really think they sat everybody tonight randomly to get rested and ready to go against the Knicks today. They knew, like, hey, OKC is going to be hard to beat. Let's not exhaust ourselves completely. Let's rest and save it up for an Eastern Conference opponent. Both are really, really good. So it's not like, we can just, like we got to exert energy one night to try to win. They're both almost equally as good. Let's focus on the Eastern Conference opponent. All right, so Philly plus 6. Man, I'm gonna have to bet that before I go to bed, guys. I really like that. I know I just said I went out weight, but I really believe that Maxey and Paul George play. Maybe even Embiid, but even if Embiid doesn't play, I still like it if Maxey and Paul George play. All right, let's see what that over/under is. I'm not going to touch that first quarter, first half because the Knicks are pissed off. They might go crazy in the first quarter, first half. I don't want to put that much exposure on that game. Over/under is 219. Ooh, that's I kind of like that game over. Like a Knicks game under 219, that doesn't happen very often, guys. And I know that we're talking about a Philadelphia team, but still, I mean, they've cleared that with ease the last 3 games, this number. Toronto, they buckle down. I mean, the only thing is when they buckle down and they want to play good, they slow the pace down. They play really good defense. That's kind of what they've been doing the past 2 games, right? So that's tough. I mean, I still think it's a little too short. I really do. I think it's a little short. I think you should go over that. Philly's been going over their totals recently, kind of back and forth. Them at home, they play good. Yes, that's tough. That's a tough over-under in my opinion. I lean over, though. I do lean over. Okay, next game up. We got the Celtics at the Raptors. I'm looking at the spread right now. It's Raptors plus 12.5. Over/under's 229. I'm telling you right now, I'm only looking towards Toronto. I know our boy Emmanuel Quickley is out, but he's been out a lot of the season, so it's not like a huge loss. I do like him in there, though. I really wish he was in there in this game. It probably wouldn't change. It might be like a minus 11. Minus 12 instead of 12.5, maybe a half a point. But everybody else is good to go. Everyone else is good to go. So they've been playing tough too. The Raptors. I mean, they beat Golden State. I was not surprised about that. I called them. I didn't bet it officially, but I said if there's any way I'd lean plus 5.5 to Toronto. And sure enough, they pulled out the freaking win. Oh yeah, that reminds me. Just to remind ourselves, let's take a look at tonight, guys. Take a look at tonight. If you can guess the team that's going to win, they will cover the point spread almost all the time. There's usually like one game a night. So tonight, Cleveland won and covered as an 8-point favorite. OKC barely won and covered, I believe, is a 15-point favorite. I think it closed 15.5. They won by 16. That might have been a push, but still a push at worst. Atlanta won and covered as an underdog at home. New Orleans won and covered as a road underdog. Obviously, if you win as an underdog, you're going to cover the spread. Milwaukee won by 15. I was on the right side of that. It's a 2-point favorite. They won and covered. Denver won and covered as a 2.5-point favorite. And then Brooklyn won as an underdog outright against the sorry-ass Portland Trailblazers. Glad I stayed off of that game, guys. So, again, if you can pick the winners, you're going to win a lot of money, guys, sports betting. It doesn't matter what the point spread is. If that team's going to win, very good chance that they're going to cover that number. All right. So, yeah, like I said, Toronto's last 3 games have been very competitive, and they won one. Now, they have not done well against Boston. They just lost by 50 points to Boston. You know they're going to be talking about that. Like, we can't be losing by 50 points on our home court again. That's embarrassing. They almost beat Boston earlier in the season. They lost in overtime by 3. So, the only thing is Boston off a loss? Let me see. No, they barely beat New Orleans by 1. You know what? They haven't been playing well, guys. They've lost 2 out of their last 4 games. No back-to-back for them, so they're good in that sense. Let me check their injury report. Completely clean for once. No back-to-back either for Toronto. No crazy scheduling spots for either team. And I'll tell you this right now, I kind of like this over. I think, I don't know, it might be a little intensity because they got blown out by 50 last time. They might actually try to play some good defense. I can only look Raptors plus 12.5, guys. I think this might be one of those games where the Celtics win, but they don't cover. This might be the one game of the night. A larger spread. There's a plus 13.5 out there. I kind of like the Raptors, guys. Raptors team total might be a good look. Let's see what that is. 115 minus 6. That'd be 109, 108.5 maybe. 108.5. Raptors to get to 109. Celtics probably shoot really well in this one, I would think, just because they want to have a good win. That's the only thing where I'm a little hesitant. But I know the Celtics definitely want to have a win where, like, hey, they feel good about themselves, like really good about themselves again. Like, oh yeah, we won by 15, like whatever. We just took care of them. Sorry ass Toronto. They'd be thinking like that for sure. Yeah, I lean Toronto. I don't think I'm gonna bet that. I lean Toronto though for sure. They lost by 50 last game though, guys. It might have to be a play, guys. The Raptors plus 12.5. It might have to be a play. You lost by 53 freaking points last game. I'm seeing a plus 13.5. Like, come on, man. Have a little bit of pride about yourself and freaking show up with your lunch pail ready to freaking at least not get completely blown out. You can lose by 10. Just don't lose by 14. Okay. And then over-under, I lean over 229. I don't feel great about it. Next game. And before the next game, I got like 9 more games to go over. There's like 11 games today. It's a lot. Show some love. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Drop a comment. A lot of you guys have been dropping comments. I love the comments, man. I respond back to everybody. I love sports betting, guys. I love it. Like, I think about it almost all the time, And it's like something fun to do, and it's also something to make money doing. So, and I love sports. I just love watching sports too. So it's literally perfect. I couldn't get enough comments of this all day. So, all right, next game up. We got like 9 more games to go. Let's push through. All right, we got the Dallas Mavericks at the New Orleans Pelicans. Man, both these teams play today, so both these teams have to travel to New Orleans. Let's take a look at how many minutes each of these teams played tonight. If I can even find their thing here. There we go. So, off the bat, I don't think Zion Williamson will play. He's still kind of fresh off that injury, right? This is like his fourth game back, I believe. Maybe only third game back. Yeah, I think it's only his third game back, guys. So I don't. And I mean, he might be traded. Who knows? The Pelicans might be completely done with him. You know what I'm saying? Like he was late to a team flight or whatever, and then he got suspended against the game at Philadelphia where somehow they won. Go figure, right? Um, so I don't I don't think he plays in this game, guys. I really don't think he does. And then they've been sending some other guys out too, and they got a nice win tonight at Chicago. They've won two games, almost won every road game on this road trip. They almost beat Boston. They lost by one to Boston. So I don't know. Zion only played 24 minutes. Maybe he does give it a go. I still don't. I personally still don't think so. I know he's still on a minutes limit here. Um, my guy was the only starter with a plus on the plus minus at +7. That just shows you how bad the freaking Pelicans are. But what I said yesterday though on the podcast, what I say, guys, that the Pelicans bench is actually like not a disaster, and they all played amazing tonight. Jose Alvarado with +19, Jordan Hawkins a +15 on the plus minus. So when he was in, he whenever he played, he beat the other team by 15 more points, is what that's saying. So when Jose Alvarado was in, he had the highest plus minus. He was +19. So that's what I'm saying. Like you got Hawkins who can shoot, Jose Alvarado who can shoot a little bit, Brandon Boston Jr. who has dealt with a lot of the scoring load when he was starting a lot when everybody was out. Same with Javonte Green. So with that said, I don't trust. I mean, even though I'm talking about the Pelicans a little bit, I don't trust them in this spot. They're off a very satisfying road trip. They won two games, almost beat Boston. Zion's back. We're feeling good about ourselves. Let's go home now. We haven't played since last Wednesday, a week ago. We're playing Dallas. These teams have played already. Dallas beat them by 41 points last game. Yikes. It's hard for me to back a team in Dallas again who beat the team by 41. But regardless, I just think it lines up really well for Dallas, guys. And now I don't know if Kyrie plays in this game because he played tonight and this was his first game back off the injury. Jason Kidd said he's going to play him 30-some minutes tonight, but let's see if he did because they got blown out. They're on a 2-game losing streak after they just won 2 in a row at home. So they went 2-2 on the homestand. Now they're on a 1-game road trip to New Orleans on a back-to-back. They have the easier travel, but they played later than the Pelicans. Let's take a look, guys. Let's see how many minutes the Mavs played. Nothing at all. So that's crazy. Why is Kyrie playing 30 minutes? Maybe for conditioning? Maybe, but he was the one who played the most minutes. The second guy was Quentin Grimes. Why? Why is Kyrie playing 30 minutes? Like, the game was out of hand, guys. They were losing by like 29 points late in the third quarter. Like, you shouldn't have even put Kyrie in after that. Like, just, hey, take your L. You're not coming back against the Nuggets. The Nuggets aren't going to squander that lead. Like, they're not built like that. You might as well just sit Kyrie for 20 minutes and play him again tomorrow. Have a better chance to win. But still, Dallas is just a better overall team than New Orleans. Dallas cares more about winning. This losing doesn't sit well with them. So they've lost 2 in a row, and they've lost 5 in a row before their 2-game win streak. So they've only won 2 games in their last 9 games. Like, they need to keep winning. Even if Kyrie doesn't play, I feel like this is a Dallas spot. So Dallas is a short favorite. They're going to be on my card for sure. I'm just debating whether or not I want to make it a 5-unit max bet. Heck no, I do not trust the Pelicans off a very satisfying road trip and win yesterday, and then traveling from Chicago to New Orleans, getting in late, and then having to play again. It's your first day home. You got to deal with your girlfriends. You got to deal with fiancés. You got to deal with your kids. You got to deal with the dog. You got to deal with chores around the house potentially. I know. Some of these guys got like people that help clean and take care of the kids and stuff. But still, it's like there's some stuff you got to take care of. You've been gone for a week. You got to take care of some stuff. It's a distraction in my opinion. Um, I don't think it's a relaxing thing. I think it's the Mavs trifecta, guys. I like Mavs trifecta. I really do, and it's hard for me to bet. Um, it's hard for me to bet against the Pelicans at home, but I just think this is an awful spot for the Pels, man. I really do. Even if Kyrie doesn't play, I don't care. I'm fine with Jaden Hardy and Spencer Dinwiddie leading the show against a very satisfied Pelicans team. I hope Kyrie does play though, but that line's going to get hit, guys. I'm going to have to bet that before I go to bed too. And then Kyrie gets out. I can always hedge out of it with the Pelicans money line if I don't like it. So we'll see. We'll see. Over under is at 224.5. I can only look over. The Pelicans are an over team, surprisingly, because last year I think they were an under team. They like playing defense, but this year they give up a ton of points. That's mainly why it's going over. It's not because they're scoring a lot of points, but recently they're scoring a lot of points. They scored 119 this game, 119 at Boston, 123 at Philly. So I don't know, guys. We'll see. We'll see. But I lean over 224.5, and I like Dallas a lot, guys. I like Dallas a lot. All right, yeah. I mean, winners win. Winners win. Like they're on that 5-game losing streak. They didn't have Luka. They didn't have Kyrie. They came home, played the Lakers, and smoked them on a second night of a back-to-back. Like at home, they had pride. Like they have winners on that team. They don't. Losing doesn't sit well with them. Losing sits perfectly fine next to the Pelicans. Sorry ass team. All right, next game up. We got the Orlando Magic at the Milwaukee Bucks. Let's see what we got here, guys. Let's see what we got. Jalen Suggs, Goga Bitadze, Kentavious Caldwell Pope. So Suggs is out. KCP is questionable. Bitadze is questionable. Jet Howard's doubtful. Gary Harris is out. Everybody else good to go here. Paulo Banchero's back, guys. He's only been playing like 25 minutes around there, so I don't think they ramp him up any more than that still right now. This will be his like third or fourth game back. I think they still keep him, around 30 minutes at the most. That's my feeling. I don't know for sure, but that's what I'm thinking. So Anthony Black will start with hopefully KCP, Tristan Da Silva, Paulo Banchero, Wendell Carter Jr. can start. Like Goga Bitadze being out means nothing. Still got Jonathan Isaac, Cole Anthony. Okay, the Magic, they're not a bad team, guys. Even with all their injuries, like they still freaking play hard as crap. And like you saw that last game, they beat Philly at home, and Philly I think played almost everybody, so they won by 5. They just played Milwaukee on Friday, January 10th. That's right. So literally like 5 days ago, they played Milwaukee and they lost 109-106. That was Banchero's first game back, I believe. So no back-to-back here for the Magic. Just lost to them. They lost 2 times to the Bucks already this season. Man, they're off a good win, but they're rested. Monday, Tuesday rest, and Milwaukee played tonight against the Kings, a Western Conference opponent. I mean, that shows you right there, guys. Milwaukee, when they want to win, they take that shit very seriously. Very seriously. Western Conference opponent tonight meant nothing for tiebreakers. Got a playoff team around your around your seeding in Orlando, and you freaking go balls to the wall tonight and smoke Sacramento. Smoke them. It wasn't close, guys. From the jump, they were up like 20 points at the end of the first quarter. So, yeah, yeah, that's something to remember. Put in your memory bank. If the Bucks are off an embarrassing loss, like they were against New York, lost by 34 points, bet that team the next game. Okay, when they get embarrassed, bet them the next game. It doesn't matter who they are playing. Okay, So let's see how many minutes everybody played for the Milwaukee Bucks. Giannis played 37 minutes. Dame Lillard played 35. Brook Lopez 33. AJ Green 30. So Lillard and Antetokounmpo, they played a lot, right? They played a lot. I don't love that. Orlando's very rested. No back-to-back. Milwaukee, man, this is not a good spot for Milwaukee. I know it's a home back-to-back for them, so no travel. So that does mean a lot. I mean, they just go home, sleep in their own beds, familiar, home cooking, all that stuff. Like, they're good. They're good. I don't think it's that awful. Let's take a look at the line. I'm curious about this one, guys. I haven't seen it yet. Wow, plus 6.5 for the Magic. I like plus 6.5 for the Magic. I think they keep this close. The only thing is, I don't love backing teams that are like amazing against the spread. Orlando isn't. They're only 22 and 18, 55%. That's not like so much that they have regression coming their way. They could cover some spreads here. Milwaukee 17 and 21. They're not covering spreads. They're at 44% cover rate. I don't know. I still like, and they've been resting Giannis and Dame on back-to-back sometimes. Like, those two guys aren't fully healthy. You might want to bet Orlando tonight sooner than later, but even if everybody plays for Milwaukee, I'm comfortable with that plus 6.5. I don't mind that for Orlando. Orlando's just such a freaking gritty team, guys. They're a gritty-ass team. Like, they don't care that 3 guys are down. Their 3 best players are down. Like, they were still covering spreads when Suggs, Franz Wagner, and Banchero were out. They were still covering spreads with freaking Anthony Black and Cole Anthony, Trevelin Queen, like guys I never even freaking heard of before. You know what I'm saying? Like, this team will cover. Over-under's 211. They just went over this over-under, guys. And you know what? I kind of like this over a lot. I actually really like this over because I don't think the Bucks take this game very seriously. I think Magic team total's a lock. Let me think about that. It's the 105, 102.5, maybe 101.5. Like, they've gotten to 104 and 106 the last 2 games with Banchero back. And on the road, 103, 106, 96, only 96 points against Detroit. Man, guys, I think they get there on the road. And Milwaukee's on a back-to-back. And Orlando will probably push them. Oh, man, guys, I think Magic over 101.5 is a really good look. There's already some under money coming in. I don't agree with that. I like that game over. Orlando, so both these teams are under teams. That's the other thing. Orlando's due for some overs. They are 16 and 25 to the under. So they're only covering overs at 39%. That could stay true the rest of the year. That could. But again, they were on some crazy streak where they were going under like 9 games in a row. And that was without all their best players. Now, at least they got their best offensive player back, Banchero. They play well on the road. I don't think Milwaukee, off of a huge satisfying win where they put up 130 points, I don't think they come back the next, like today, and then play amazing defense or that they're completely locked in. That hasn't been Milwaukee. They've been up and down. They don't know how to sustain success right now. They're only 7-7 post NBA Cup championship game where they won it, 7 wins, 7 losses. Like, they'll win, then they'll have letdowns against really bad teams. Now, Orlando's not a really bad team, but Milwaukee can cover their team total, guys. Like, they'll get to 107, and that's what I'm saying. Like, man, I like that over, guys. I got to write that down. I've been very careful about betting overs, but I mean this one makes sense. They just went over the other night too, but Milwaukee on a back to back, Orlando very rested. Um, I think I kind of like Orlando plus 6.5 too. I don't. I mean, why would it? Why would it not? Right? I mean, can Milwaukee really come out and dominate again? They can, but they haven't shown that. They've been like playing well, then not playing well, playing well, then not playing well. So I can only look Orlando plus 6.5 and the over 211, guys. All right, next game up. We got the Atlanta Hawks at the Chicago Bulls. Let's see here. Chi-Town, stand up. -2 for the Chicago Bulls. Both of these teams played tonight as well, guys. Both of these teams played, but Atlanta has to travel. They have to travel to Chicago, where Chicago played tonight. I mean, yesterday against the Pelicans at home. So let's see here. Let's see how many minutes the Hawks played. They've been without Jalen Johnson. I don't think he plays today. I mean, maybe because it's an Eastern Conference team. Maybe we do see him pop in there, but I don't think so. Trae Young played 38 minutes. Krejci played 35. Dyson Daniels 34. That's it. Everybody else is less than 30 minutes. So, DeAndre Hunter was out today too. That's right. He was kind of a late scratch. Yeah, that's interesting. I'm liking Chicago right now in my mind. I don't know what this. Oh yeah, I just said what the spread was, -2. Um, let's take a look at Chicago. How many minutes they played, and then the Hawks got a win, a much needed win too, and then Chicago's off a loss. I mean, it's not an automatic play for me, but it's definitely something I'm looking at. They've won 2 out of their last 3, so they're feeling better about themselves, the Hawks, after they had that little losing streak. They got Boston at Boston on Saturday, so they get Thursday, Friday off. Chicago, they've lost 2 in a row. This is the 4th game of a 5-game homestand. They play Charlotte on Friday at home, so they're focused. They just lost at Atlanta on Thursday, December 26th, and they beat them before on Friday, November 22nd, 136-122. And they beat them at Atlanta. Ooh, so this is a big game for Atlanta to at least break even on the tiebreaker. This is the final meeting of the year between these teams. That is interesting. I like. Man, it's just Atlanta satisfied. They have really not great travel from Atlanta to Chicago late at night. And then Chicago's off a loss, Atlanta's off a win. So Lonzo Ball's not going to play on the second night of this back-to-back, so he's not playing here, I'm pretty sure. Ayo Dosunmu might play. He was questionable yesterday against the Pelicans, and he sat out. But that was the first time that he was designated questionable. So he might suit up with Lonzo Ball out and come in. I think that happens. So Josh Giddey, Kobe White, Zach LaVine. Let's take a look at how many minutes they all played tonight. I'm telling you right now, I love this game over. I love it over. Because Bulls games have kind of, they've been going over actually, but they didn't go over against New Orleans. The total is probably stupid crazy high. I haven't seen that yet. Sorry, we're looking at the Bulls players' minutes played here. Let's see here. Zach LaVine, 38. Josh Giddey, 34. Kobe White, 34. Vucevic, 35. Dang, Kobe White played 34 in his first game back. Good for him, man. Yeah, that's it. I mean, that's a lot, though. 4 guys over 34 minutes? Back to that's a lot, guys. They were trailing in the second half, too. They were... I don't know that they played that many minutes. I don't know if everyone's going to play. I mean, I think they will. I can only look Chicago -2. Chicago off a loss. Hawks banged up still. I don't know. Hawks. That's a tough game, guys. I lean Chicago. I want to get there with Chicago. I just have a trouble trusting Chicago sometimes. I mean, really, I think it's a Chicago trifecta spot. I think bet them first quarter, bet them in the first half, bet them full game. That's what I think. I mean, they covered the first quarter, first half today against New Orleans, or yesterday. Guys. Hawks covered all first quarter, first half yesterday, too. Over under's crazy. It's at 245. I can't blame you if you want to bet it over. I can only look over in this game with both these teams on the second night of back to back. Like, I mean, why would it not go over? You know, that's kind of my thinking. I can't think of any reasons why unless they sit Trae Young. Yeah, Atlanta's 26-13 to the over. Chicago is 19-21. Wow, that's surprising. They went down to an under team. That's I remember that they were playing lower scoring games of late. That's interesting. Okay, I'm off that game, guys. Let's move on to the next game. We got. Sorry, let me erase some of this stuff too. Let's see who's up next. Who is up next? We got the Grizzlies at the San Antonio Spurs. I'm already telling you right now, I can only look Grizzlies, guys. Only look Grizzlies. Why is that? They've lost a couple. Out of their last couple games, they've lost some. Let's see who's healthy for them. Ja Morant. Everyone's healthy. That's great. That's really, really good. Yeah, they've lost 4 games out of their last 6. I love this spot. These two teams play again on Friday on ESPN, but this game isn't televised. They lost by 2 at Houston. They lost 2 times to Houston. They're going to want to win this game badly, guys. Let's see if these two teams have played this year already. No, this is their first meeting. That's kind of surprising. These teams are in the same division, I believe. Like, waiting all the way till January to play. Man, they're off 2 losses in their last 3 games. They had a really nice road win at Minnesota on Saturday. Man, this spot is setting up so beautifully for Memphis. Let's see what's going on with San Antonio. They're off the nice win against the Lakers on the road. Jeremy Sochan's out. Don't care about him. He's in or out. They're healthy otherwise. And they're playing well, guys. They're playing well this season. Not of late, though. They lost 3 in a row before they beat LA. They came back against LA. I think they were down like 10 points in the third quarter, and then they ended up winning the game by 24 points. Go figure. Let's see. Milwaukee. They lost at Milwaukee, at Chicago, at home against Denver in overtime. They beat Denver before that. I mean, they're hard out at home, guys. They're hard out at home. A little bit. I can only look Memphis here, guys. The spread is -3. Well, where's it at? Let me see here. It's at -3. And I might have to bet this tonight, too. Because this line might go up a little bit. But I don't know. The Grizzlies losing at Houston might be a little bit of people jumping off. Let me see spread-wise what these teams are against the spread this year. Memphis is 26-14. That's 3rd best in the NBA. San Antonio's 20-18. I still think Memphis covers this game, guys. Even though they can't sustain that ATS record. I mean, they might. That'd be one of the best in NBA history, but this is just a clear Memphis spot for me, guys. Clear Memphis spot. Short number. I think they're going to win. Again, if you think the team's going to win, they're more than likely going to cover the spread. Like, I mean, no back-to-back spot for them either. Play against team again on Friday. I mean, let's just say this, guys. If they don't win Wednesday, today, it will be a 5-unit max bet, 100% on Memphis on Friday. Hands down. Hands down. Now, what I think is going to happen, I think Memphis wins. I think they win, guys. I don't see why they wouldn't win. I really don't. I mean, San Antonio's a good team. San Antonio can beat them, but if Memphis brings their A game, I don't think San Antonio has a chance. And I think they lose by double digits if Memphis brings their A game. Let me see here. Over-unders at 239. So there's some over money coming in. I agree with it. I think Memphis gets after it. I think they score a ton. Let's see. I mean, San Antonio broke their losing streak. They're very happy with that. That's a satisfying win for them at LA. Let's see here, guys. We got, what is it? Memphis is 25-15 to the over. San Antonio is 18-20 to the under. I like over. I do. I like that over. I like Memphis a lot. I really do. Okay. Let's keep it moving. Couple games left, guys. I think. Let's hope. We got the Hornets. That game. 3, 4, 5 left. Okay, I got 5 left. I'll try to speed it up, guys. My fault. What time is it? 41 minutes? Dang, my fault. I'll try to go a little faster. Okay. We got the Charlotte Hornets at the Utah Jazz. Utah's sitting a lot of people. Again, that's what they do. Let's take a look at for sure who's out. So Colin Sexton's out. John Collins is out. Lauri Markkanen is out. Johnny Juzang is out. Jordan Clarkson is out. Keontae George is questionable. So out of all that mess, we got potential starting lineup would be Keontae George, Isaiah Collier, Bryce Sensabaugh, Kyle Filipowski, Walker Kessler. Then the bench will be Drew Eubanks, Cody Williams, Svi Mykhailiuk. I can't even pronounce his name. Like, that's a bad bench, guys. It's a bad bench going on there. Let me see Charlotte. I think everybody's healthy, ready to go. They've been playing really well. Or they've been playing very competitively. Yeah, they're fully healthy. No one's on their injury report at all for once. Like, finally. Neither of these teams want to win this game. It's clear that both these teams are tanking. Let's see. The Hornets were off for a while because they're supposed to play in LA, but they finally played against Phoenix. But then they had 2 days off after that, and then they have 1 day off after that, and they play Chicago on Friday. For Utah, who do they play? They play Friday at New Orleans. So I can only look Charlotte in this spot. Let's see what the line is. Whoa, that's crazy, guys. Charlotte is minus 5.5 point favorites. I can't bet Charlotte with that, guys. I don't. That team's so immature, man. That team is so immature. Like, just young. They don't have the maturity to win by that margin. Like, should they win by that margin? Yes, they should. They absolutely should. But I don't trust them. Over unders 220.5. Charlotte likes to play slow. I don't know how Jazz are going to get to that number. But then again, they've had a lot of people missing. Somehow they always find themselves around 115 points. So yeah, I like it under 220.5. But Charlotte 5.5 point favorites. I can't do it, guys. I can't do it. Okay, next game up. We have the Houston Rockets at the Denver Nuggets. And I said on Twitter tonight, guys, after the Denver game cashed for me, Denver's a money train, guys. Like this is the time to hop on the money train of the Denver Nuggets. I'm telling you right now. What's their ATS record? Let's see. Denver is 19 and 19. They're 50%, guys. This is the perfect time to jump on them, guys. They're going to start covering spreads. Okay, I'm telling you, I know this. I will be betting them again. I bet them like how many times in a row? Let's see how many times in a row I bet them. I bet them the last, golly, I think 3 of the last 4 games, 4 out of the last 6 games, I believe. Now they just played tonight at Dallas, but I don't think Jokic played in the fourth quarter, guys. I mean, travel from Dallas to Denver, it's not the worst travel in the world either. Jamal Murray played 37 minutes. I don't know why he played so much, man. They should have pulled him. Russell Westbrook 26, Jokic 29. Yeah, they're gonna be good, guys. They play everybody on back-to-backs, and they play well with travel as well. Like they'll be ready to go, and they'll gain an hour of time. Like they'll be good to go, guys. They should be fine. Everyone's rested. This is the time, guys. Like I know it's a back-to-back, and like some teams handle these back-to-backs very well. Denver handles them very well, guys. They do. They handle them very well this year. Some very impressive back-to-backs that they've accomplished getting victories in. And then they go out to Florida for 2 games. Yeah, I like Denver in the spot, guys. They've won 4 in a row. I don't see why they don't keep it going. In Houston, they've won a lot too recently, so they're feeling fat and happy. They've won 4 in a row as well. These 2 teams have played each other this year. Have they? Let me see. I don't see them. They have not played each other this season. I don't love that. I wish I wish they played each other already. So that means there's some tiebreaker stuff going on because both of these teams are close in the tiebreaker situation. So yeah, I still like Denver, guys. I still like Denver. They're gonna try hard as crap. The line's plus 2.5 for Denver at home. I know it's the second night of a back-to-back. Houston's healthy. Let me see it just to make sure. Yeah, they're healthy. They're good to go. I still like Denver plus 2.5, even on the second night of a back-to-back, guys. I'm gonna be betting. I will be betting them again. That's for sure. Over-unders at 232. This is kind of weird because Houston, when they care, they'll play slow. But then other nights they just don't give enough, and they'll just run and gun and shoot a lot. And they might do that against Denver with them being on a second night of a back-to-back. But I lean over. I don't feel amazing about over 232. I do think it's a little low. I think it's a good advantage. Houston has been scoring a lot more recently. Both these teams are, let me see over, under what they are. Denver's 24-15, high over team. Houston is 19-18, so right around 500. Nothing actionable there in my opinion. Okay. 3 games left, guys. Let's knock them out. We got the Golden State Warriors at the Timberwolves. And, man, I really didn't like what Curry said the other night. I mean, he really was kind of waving the white flag saying, like, we have a responsibility as in, like, Draymond, Curry, like, you know, the guys that have been here for, like, 10-plus years to leave the Golden State Warriors franchise in a good spot once they leave instead of just, like, mortgaging their future for really, really good talent to help them win now. I don't know. I didn't love that quote, guys. I really didn't love that quote. But I still don't think that that means that they don't care. I still think they really care. They definitely want to win. I'm not saying that they don't want to win. I definitely believe they want to win and believe that they have a chance to turn around once everyone's able to play again. So let's take a look at the injury situation. So Curry is good. So Draymond Green is questionable with an illness. He did miss the last game 2 games ago. He did miss that with the illness. Trace Jackson Davis. So Draymond might miss again, guys. That was his first game that he missed, too. He popped up. Trace Jackson Davis is questionable with a thumb injury. Gary Payton II is probable, finally. He's always hurt, though, guys. Always hurt. Kyle Anderson is questionable to play Wednesday against Minnesota. Pozinski's not playing. Kuminga's out. So this is who they'll have available. I really don't know Draymond. I would wait if you want to bet the Warriors. I'm not convinced Draymond's going to play. He might need to sit out again, guys. That NBA illness is real. It's been going around the entire season. So they'll have Steph Curry, Dennis Schroeder, Andrew Wiggins, hopefully Trace Jackson Davis, Buddy Hield, Moses Moody, Lenny Waters, Kevon Looney. It's not amazing, guys. I'll say that. Oh, but the other thing, guys, the Warriors are an under team right now, and I'm mad I didn't play them against the Raptors. I really, really wanted to. They know they can't win with offense, guys. They know they can't. And then, as I'm saying this, watch Buddy Hield and Andrew Wiggins catch fire from 3-point land, and Schroeder. But honestly, if I'm seeing 220s with the Warriors, I'm looking under. I don't know what this over/under is yet. Minnesota's healthy, very healthy. Everybody's good, clean. They've won 4 out of their last 5 games. Finally playing good basketball. They did. This is an ESPN game. They did just lose their game against Memphis on Saturday at home. So they're back home. Definitely want to put out a good performance, but they play Friday against New York, at New York, but no back-to-back for them. And then Golden State, no back-to-back for them. They're at home against Washington on Saturday, so this is the last game of their road trip. They're 1-2. Man, I'm just telling you right now, Minnesota can't pull away from teams in general. They've kind of been doing it a little better of late, but Washington was tied up after the third quarter against the Wizards. They weren't taking them seriously. Now they're going to take Golden State seriously. They're 1-1 in the season against them. Actually, they're only 1-2 against them this season. Golden State's beaten them twice. And recently, Saturday, December 21st at home. Man, they're going to want to beat them. I don't know, guys. The line is +5.5 for the Warriors. I lean +5.5 for the Warriors just because they're off of a loss. They've lost 4 out of their last 5. They're definitely more hungrier for a win. Minnesota's on, they won 4 out of their last 5. Minnesota's going to get up for the game, no doubt about it. I think Minnesota wins, so I'm going to stay off of it. I don't feel confident that the Warriors win, but I do like them +5.5. Over/under is 215. I think that's a good over/under. I think Golden State shoots the ball a little better in this game. It gets closer to 110. If they get closer to 110, that game's going to go over. I do like that game over, actually. Even though I just said Golden State's an under team, I just have a hunch Golden State's going to shoot the ball well this game. There's going to be better opportunities to fade them to go under. Again, I said if the total's in the 220s and the 2 teens, Golden State, I lean over. Golden State's a heavy under team. They're 16-23 to the under, only covering overs at a 41% clip. So they're due for some overs. And then Minnesota's 19-20, slight under team. So these teams are due for some overs. I like over. I like over 215.5 there. I do. I want to see if Draymond plays though. Let's see here. We got Golden State, Minnesota over 215. I like that. I do. I like that. I think that gets there. Okay, 2 games left, guys. Sorry ass Los Angeles Lakers, can't stand this freaking team, man. So they need to get a win because they haven't gotten a win since the Los Angeles wildfires started. And I want to bet them. The only thing is, the Heat are off a loss to the Clippers the other night, where they fell apart in the second half. They're 3-2 on this road trip. This is the final game of the road trip, and then they finally go home on Friday against Denver. Have they played LA this year? No, they have not. Okay, so man, I still like the Lakers in this one, guys. I gotta see if Bam Adebayo plays. If Bam plays, let's see, he's questionable. Oh, and Khalil Ware is questionable. Oh, Khalil Ware is probable. Bam's still questionable. I don't know. He might play in this one, guys. Bam Adebayo might play. Let's see for the Lakers what's going on. LeBron, Anthony Davis, Dorian Finney-Smith. So LeBron's probable. Dorian Finney-Smith is doubtful. Anthony Davis is probable. So nothing huge there. What about Cam Reddish? Is he good? Yeah, he's good. So the bench is good. Starters are okay. Let's just take a look at the Lakers' schedule real quick, because this is like their third loss in a row, guys. Yeah, it is. They were in a nice winning groove. Before this 3-game losing streak, they had only lost 2 games in their past 10. So they were in a really good groove. Some really good wins in there. And then they fell apart against one lesser team in Dallas without Luka and Kyrie. Played Houston tough. Got smoked by San Antonio at the last second. Kind of like how the Heat were winning, and then they fell apart in the second half. Same thing with the Lakers. So kind of identical situations. It's just LA hasn't won yet since the wildfires. Like, they're going to get a win here. They got another home game Friday against Brooklyn, so no back-to-backs here. I want to bet the Lakers, guys. -4.5. I'm probably going to bet them. I want to make it a 5-unit play, but I don't know. The Lakers are kind of hard to trust right now to really pull away and win with their current form. And Miami's gelling. Their team vibes are high without Jimmy Butler. That's what they're all saying. They're all like, so happy, happy, happy. So, if they're happy, 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 that means they like playing with each other. That means, and they were in sync the last 3 games before this game at LA in the second half. Like, if they get in sync, they'll win this game, guys. And then that's why I can't make it a 5-unit play. Like, the Heat have the capability of being in sync and beating the Lakers for sure. So, but I still think LA wins. I like the -4.5. Over unders at 217. I like it under. Miami's been an under team. They've been playing a lot of defense. And then the Lakers have been giving up too many points, so I know they're going to be talking about defense. I like under. I like under 217 a lot. Over unders for these 2 teams. The Lakers are 17-20 to the under, and the Heat are 20-18 to the over. I like the under. I think that game goes under. Okay, let's go to the last game, guys. I appreciate y'all for listening, man. I went in 58 minutes right now, 59 minutes. Gonna get this done in like 4 more minutes. Let's get after it. This will be a quick one. We got the Nets at the Los Angeles Clippers. Clippers are -14-point favorites. Over unders at 211.5. And I'm telling you right now, the Nets play tonight, and they took care of business against Portland, man. Took care of business. They went out there and whooped them. They won by 28 points. Snapped their 5-game losing streak. They have not put back-to-back wins together since November 27th. So I definitely don't think they're going to win this game. They've been playing competitive on this road trip, except for at Denver. But before that, they just lose by 14. They don't have anybody, guys. They don't have anybody. So, they do recently, but right now they don't. I don't think for this game they will. I think Ben Simmons is sitting out this game against the Clippers. He played tonight, 26 minutes. Cam Johnson played 27 minutes, but he's like on the trade block for sure. So he might not play second game of a back-to-back. He'll probably pop up injury management, some BS. Nick Claxton missed tonight. Yesterday night against the Trailblazers. D'Angelo Russell only played 21 minutes, so he'll be fresh. Oh, and he's playing in LA again. This is his return to LA here. Um, Not to the Lakers, but still to the city of LA. Uh, Day'Ron Sharp. We'll see who's available for Brooklyn. I'm not going to rush to bet the Clippers, but I want to bet the Clippers again. See the Clippers against the spread, what they are. Oh, dang, they're high. They're 23 and 15. That's a little too high for my liking. I still think they cover this big number because Brooklyn's 21 and 18 against the spread. So they're good against the spread too. I like the Clippers here, guys. I like the Clippers here. Everybody's healthy for them, so they'll be ready to go. We'll have to see who plays for the Nets. That kind of determines the total for me. If D'Angelo Russell plays and some other Cam Johnson plays, I like the over a lot because I love the Clippers team total over a lot. Let's say that because I'm telling you right now, D'Angelo Russell playing like heavy minutes, there will be no defense, guys. They will, and they're off a satisfying win. They're not playing a lick of freaking defense, guys. I can promise you that right now. Clippers team total will be 106 plus 7, 113 and a half. I love it. I love it. I'm totally fine with that. 113 and a half. What did they score last game? They scored 109, but they had an awful start. They're going to be able to score at ease against Brooklyn. I might make it a try total. I've been very careful with this, but I feel very confident that the Clippers score a crap ton of points against the Nets, guys. I really do. I think they blow them out, guys. Blow them out. All right, that's the show. 11 games in the books. I appreciate y'all, man. I will see you tomorrow.